Welcome from the CloudStack Collaboration Conference 2025. I'm here with John White from US Signal. Hi, John. Can you say hi to our audience and introduce yourself?
My name is John White, the COO of US Signal. Been in the infrastructure space for the last 20-some years, working on data center, fiber, cloud communications, that kind of stuff.
If there was a competition for the fastest adoption and success with CloudStack, you definitely would have won it.
Yes.
Can you
Yes.
Can you share with us your secret sauce and how did you make such a great progress for 1 year?
Well, one, I'm honored to be the fastest. I race cars, so like being fast is a good thing. And I think for us, it's a straight commitment thing. Everybody in the business, when we say we're going to do something, we do it, and that's it, and we don't waver, and we don't think twice about it, and we make decisions, so we're always failing forward. And so we stumbled along the way, but early 2023, when everything was starting to get mixed up in the industry, we knew we didn't want to be held captive by somebody else, and we knew that our customers are going to want something new and unique, and so we were on that path. And when CloudStack, came to light as really an option for us, we talked to our customers, and our customers said, "Yep, thumbs up, go for it." And so after that, we were set on the path that we knew this would work from a technology standpoint. We had backing and protection from Shape Blue as a partner, and then our customers said, "Yeah, we're cool with this. Let's go and try it." And so for us, that was it. All we had to do was execute, and our customers would help us along the way.
You're here for a second year, and last year when I was interviewing you, I think I was asking you more about how you choose CloudStack, how does it compare to other technologies which you have evaluated. But this year I want to ask a different thing. What are the major benefits which you have seen and the effect on your business from them when using CloudStack?
The biggest benefit I think we have seen is, and I hate this, but the cost element of it. That is really what impacted the community, enterprises, service providers the most. Anytime when you're buying something for $1 and then all of a sudden it goes and it's $4 the next day and the product didn't change, that's an issue for everybody. Not only from a financial perspective, but just from a mindset is like, why? Like how? How did you get there? And so, we've been able to help get people back on track with their budget, help them, save even a few dollars more, get a better performing product, and then allow them to go and execute their business and take that savings and that money and moving it somewhere else. And so I hate selling on cost. Like that's not me. I'm more of a value. But that's been the biggest thing that I think our customers have thanked us for is like, thanks for bringing us back to the prices we were used to paying that we built these business models on, and we're back to something that's a little more comfortable for us. That's a huge win for us.
Yeah, that's a definitely huge factor for companies which have been locked into a specific vendor who is constantly increasing the pricing and is constantly changing the licensing model. But do you think that it's also valid for companies which are on the cloud repatriation path and which want to build their own infrastructure or perhaps work with vendors like you?
100%. We are actually in the process of migrating a customer that was a good 6 figures a month spend inside of Azure, and they were running into SLA challenges from performance, from availability and uptime, and it was impacting their business. And so we're migrating them away from Azure, and we're actually creating a multi-cloud environment for them. So some part of it's going to be on Nutanix. They had some specialty workloads that they needed to sit there, and then the rest of it's going to be on open cloud. And we were able to save them, I think, about 30 to 40% by making this change. And that is just one element of it. We're backing it with 100% SLA. We're backing it with all of our performance metrics. And so it's going to be a huge win for their business, and it's going to make their customers happy. And so, at the end of the day, that's all we have to try to do. If we delight our customers, we make sure that they're happy with the service we provide, they're going to stay with us forever.
I was chatting earlier today with your colleague Taylor, who is the Director of Innovation. He was talking a lot about the future of CloudStack with AI. Do you see also that trend, and what do you think that future would be?
Yeah, we've been talking quite a bit about how AI is going to morph everything that we kind of do as a business. And so like right now, AI is heavy focused on the centralization, the training of the models. And so you need these big mega data centers. We're talking gigawatt size. But as it starts to shift to inference and where the real value is in the AI chain, because that's where you make money, that's where you get actually closer to the consumer, you have to do it and you have to think about latency. So if you know how US Signal is built, where we have multiple data centers all across the United States, we have these extensive fiber networks, we're going to be able to control the underlying infrastructure and the underpinnings of the fiber and the data centers to make sure that we can provide the best latency. And so when the opportunity came to go and help contribute and support the GPU as a service product inside of CloudStack, it was something we jumped on right away, as that's all part in line to where we think this AI inference side is going to be going here in the next few years. And not only is it going to be valuable for us as a business to have this network, it's going to be valuable for our customers, as latency will become the new currency, and we need to make sure that we're supporting them in their needs.
US Signal was one of the companies which supported the development of the GPU feature in CloudStack, which I'm pretty sure many companies and many users were actually waiting for. Do you think there is something else which we should do, like a feature which can support the whole trend of AI and ML?
Yeah, I think this marketplace I talked about this morning in the keynote, and we've been talking a lot about internally. I think that is something that we can come together on and put together. And the whole concept for us as a marketplace is that we want our customers to come in and, yes, have their IT tools so they can download a firewall or run a firewall or load balancer. That's the basics. But if they can start to build agents and deploy them out and across multiple zones that we're running inside of CloudStack, that's going to be the big value prop for them in the future. And so we need a distribution platform to use the hardware platform that we've already built and enhanced. And so that's going to be our next goal, is to complete that life cycle so that it's just super simple to go and just roll out applications on this platform. And I think that's going to be next partnership that we have with Shape Blue, but also with our other peers that are also working through and thinking through the same problem.
I have a feeling that next year at the conference, your talk will be about the marketplace and how you made it successful.
I am hoping that is a big part of our talk. When we rolled out desktop as a service this year, I told the team, and they were already on it, but I said, it has to be automated. It has to be push a button and go. And that's what we're going to do, for Open Cloud in the future. Because right now, customers can buy Open Cloud without a commitment. So they just come on, spend $0 a month with us, and as they start to consume it, they go. And what we want is to deploy applications into this Open Cloud marketplace, and so they can start to try them out. And now they say, okay, we have a little bit of R&D as part of our initiative, and they can see, all right, this desktop as a service looks pretty interesting. This agent looks pretty interesting. This XYZ application looks pretty interesting that US Signal is providing. Let's go and start to figure out how we can use it inside of our business. I mean, that's our vision, that's our focus. And so we did it on desktop as a service. We have a very, very crude marketplace that we have kind of patched together right now. But one of the investments we're making in the business is actually bringing on some of our own development staff to then help write this. And so we want to make sure that we're actively contributing to the community. And I think you're right. We'll probably be talking marketplace next year.
I'm pretty sure that the community will also really like that feature and that capability, and that would make it much easier for many other companies to automate and to use CloudStack in the future. And one last question. You were here for the first time last year, now for a second year. Do you see any change in the CloudStack community?
Big changes. Yeah, there's a lot of people here that are evaluating CloudStack. And they are asking us the same questions that we were thinking about last year. And so I think, like anything, and especially in technology, there's always a flywheel. And last year, to me, felt like it was a bunch of people and a bunch of companies that understood the technology, that realized they actually had to accelerate because the marketplace was creating this opportunity. And I think this year you have that plus a whole bunch more people that are looking to explore other alternatives. And so seeing new faces, I love seeing the friendly faces and the familiar faces, but seeing new faces, I think, is going to push and drive that flywheel. I can see people, and we're turning the wheels. And again, why I love the open source community so much is they're coming up and they're asking me questions and my team questions, and they're great questions. And so they're thinking through the problem is because they're getting ready to execute. And we're here, and I've said it multiple times this week, is we're here as partners and as people in the community that will help as well. And so all the new faces, happy to help, happy to share our experiences, happy to share our battle scars, and again, hopefully collaborate on cool things like the marketplace potentially.
This event is all about sharing and collaboration, and we are very grateful to you and to your team for supporting us and for coming here, sharing your experience and the success path. Thank you very much, John.
Yeah, thank you.